We do ask our listeners to send in questions. We do a
Mm-hmm.
quick fire round of questions. We didn't have as much time to get them for you this week because it was been a busy week, but we did have a few come in. Frank from Bridgeport, Connecticut asks, does the Patriot Party have a chance? Or will it just guarantee Democrats the next 3 elections? And you're talking about the system. Frank is curious about whether or not this is going to be a third party option all of a sudden.
Well, we talk about a third party all the time, and it never
Right.
comes to pass. On the other hand, I don't think we've ever seen a party as divided as the Republican Party is now. I think if you look in the 1970s and 80s, the Democratic Party had a divide not quite as sharp. And one of the things that Bill Clinton will get credit for in history is bringing the party back to the center and making it electable nationally again.
Well, I don't have to tell you, in the 90s, you had a pretty strong third party-ish candidate in Ross Perot. I mean, he didn't win the electoral votes, but he certainly made a dent in the percentages, and he was not quite as strong a personality as Donald Trump is. So with Trump leading it.
The fact of the matter, kind of the transformational presidencies involve third parties. Ronald Reagan was elected in large part because there was a strong third party candidate. Bill Clinton was elected by and large because there was a strong third party candidate. So I don't diminish the importance of these third parties. I'm talking about institutionally. I mean, will we have congressional candidates in every congressional district? Will you have 3 choices most of the time instead of 2? And my guess is that in the long term, I think we will remain a 2-party system and we'll have fringe parties. The Patriot Party will be a fringe party, kind of like the George Wallace Party of 1968. And the 2 parties will be the Republican Party, which will look a lot like the moderate Democratic Party now. And then you'll have the Progressive Party that is going to look a lot like what Bernie Sanders and AOC are, Democratic Socialism. And I don't use the word the way Republicans do, which is a much stronger safety net.
So some Democrats may end up moving to the Republican Party too, because it's more moderate.
That's right. And it won't be called the Republican Party. I think the labels will change, but there is no stopping the progressive movement among demographics in this country. I think Donald Trump got, I can't remember the number, but it's something like 22 or 23% of people under 30.
Not many.
They're not all of a sudden going to decide they're against gay marriage when they turn 40. Or they're not all of a sudden going to decide that they think climate change is a hoax when they turn 45. So we are becoming more progressive, and the parties will have to adjust. So I think, what's left of Trumpism and the Patriot Party at best will be a fringe movement.
Hey, I'm Clay Aiken. To hear the full episode, subscribe to This Politicon podcast on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, or wherever you listen to pods. Please subscribe, rate, and review the show. Go to Politicon.com, follow @Politicon on social media, and listen to a new pod episode of How the Heck every Thursday.